are these even people that God is so mindful of them? Like, who are these people that they can even call him Father, kind of thing? And then it all just kind of made sense. Like, it just clicked for me, and I realized, oh my gosh, like, yes, the requirement is that I should be holy as he is holy, but in all of this, I need to remember that I have a Father in God. Like, I actually have a Father in him, and that's what makes this all even beautiful.
Another so pure and kind, you are the
Hi guys, my name is Chantelle Rutendo, and I am a worshiper, a singer-songwriter from Bristol, and originally from Zimbabwe. Yes. I got into music, like, officially kind of by accident. Of course, not by accident, like, it was the will of God, but the way that it happened was very, like, I had no intention ever to do music, make music, none of that. Like, I grew up, I loved singing, I loved, like, I'd write every now and then, but it was always like I was just too shy to do anything or take anything seriously. So I actually, the first song I ever made was kind of like, oh, okay, we're doing it now, because like after that point, that's when I was like, oh, like I can do this. I was like, so after that I thought, maybe let me make another song, and then make another song, and then like now we're just here. So it was all kind of accident. And even that first song, it just started from a video that I posted on TikTok, Chelly. I had no intention to finish that song at all, until everyone was like, finish the song, finish the song. The Lord had to really, really help me, because it came to a point of, like, it was even a deep frustration that I even now had, because before even making music properly, I was like, I was being introduced into even like worship, leading worship and things like that at the fellowship that I was at uni at the time. And I remember every time I'd get asked to lead worship, like, it was just the worst thing in the world, and it actually broke my heart, because it felt like, God, like, I can experience you in my secret place and we can have such an amazing time. But when it comes to now leading people into that place of worship as well, it feels like I'm more focused on how scared I am than even being able to find you and follow you. So it's like, if this, and it seems like this is something you want me to do. It seems like this is grace that you've given me because it's attached to my assignment in some sort of way. But it's like, if I have this fear, I can't do it. So I said to him, take this, is either you take this fear or you take this gift, like, because I felt so useless. Like, how can I have this gift that I can't even use? Like, it felt so useless. And so I remember the way that the Lord kind of helped me. I don't think the fear ever kind of left me, and not in a bad way, because like, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's no fear, I'm bold, but the boldness, I had to realize that the boldness came from Christ. The boldness came when I entirely realized that, like, this strength and even this grace is it's void and ineffective if not for the help of God. So I think it was kind of a perspective shift, because now that fear, like, it kind of led me to be entirely dependent on God. Like, and I even now looking back, and if you ask people who knew me from before, like, that knew I'd never sing, I'd never do any of this kind of thing, it's like, even being able to sing is just such a testament of God's grace at work entirely. So yeah, like, the fear now, anytime I'm scared or anything, I just know it's just it directs me straight back into the place where I'm asking God for help again and again and again and again. So, well, it's like this whole, like, it was this whole identity search, right? It's like you have to come into the understanding that as a child of God and then as a son of God, like, you have this, every single one of us, even in this room, everyone who's called to Christ and has decided to give their life to him, the job that we have is to go out into the world, to spread the gospel, make disciples of all men, and draw people to Christ. Do you get what I'm saying? And so that's like the blanket purpose of every single believer. But then in that, God will give you gifts, he'll give you different graces, different abilities that are all tied into your calling, how you specifically as a person are able to fulfill that mandate of, following Christ and bringing other people to him. And so I think I just discovered along the way very quickly that this passion that I had was just so much more than a passion. Like, it was something and a tool in my hand that God was going to use to allow me to express his mind and his heart, and even my heart and my mind, to him in a way where people could come into a knowing of different dimensions of God, different sides of his character, and even come into a level of understanding different ways to interact with him, different ways to know him. Like even something like Holy Father, it was a song where I got so many messages following where people were just explaining how just by listening to the song, it's like they came into a deeper revelation of God as Father, God as Abba. And it's like even that was just such an eye-opener to me. And I think the first time I really realized, like, wow, like more than it just being a passion or music that I like to make, like this is really allowing people to come into like a deep revelation of God, like, and his nature. And so I think like coming into that, it was just realizing what was in my hands, like realizing that the things that I love, the things I was passionate about were no coincidence at all. It's not just that I grew up to love music and that was just that. That was something and a gift, a passion that the Lord was cultivating in me from such a young age for a time to come where I'd be able to now express worship in this way. Do you get what I mean? I would bring Dunson, my absolute favourite. I'd bring Naomi Rain. I would bring, there's this South African artist, her name is like, it's like Nontokos or something like that. I can't remember her surname. I'd bring her, she's amazing. Two more. Oh, there's this other guy I've really started to like recently. His name is Anthony. Isn't it? You know, he's really good. And it's spelled like Anthy. You know that one? I love him. So I'd bring Anthony, Nontokozo, Minister Dunson, Naomi Rain, one more. Oh my days. Okay, I'd bring Tiffany Hudson. I love her. Yes. If I was stranded and I could bring one book, I'd bring the Bible, isn't it? Yeah. I'd bring the Bible and then kitchen utensil, I don't know though. Because if it's only one, like if I bring a pot and I can't bring the stove, then I bring a stove. No, I can't do that because there's nowhere to plug, isn't it? It's stranded. Okay, I'll bring, because if I bring a pan, what am I going to use that for? I can't use anything else. If I bring a cup, I don't know. Oh, no, I don't know. Everything I want to bring is an electrical appliance. So I can't plug it anywhere. So I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe let me just say I'd bring a plate so that at least the food that I do make, I can eat it somewhere nice, isn't it? And then what clothing brand? Entire brand. Maybe something like North Face, Superdry, because, you know, they do like the warm kind of stuff, isn't it? Insulation. Yeah. My Holy Father, you take care of the matter. I rest in your protection, covered with your armor. Holy Father, you cover me through the fire. On solid rock I stand, to dwell with you I desire. So I wrote Holy Father at the start of 2023. So it was literally January. And that was the period of time where, like, you know, you've just entered the new year. And I feel like the Lord was really just communicating to me, like, just his heart and mind for, like, where he wanted me to go in the year, like, where he was kind of taking my life, the direction of it, what he was requiring of me in the next season, all of this good stuff. And one thing that he was really emphasizing on was holiness, holiness, holiness. And like some of the scriptures he was really like highlighting to me were, you know, the scriptures that talk about like, be holy as I am holy, and scriptures like when you come before me, acknowledge me as holy, all of these things. That I remember actually getting to a point where I was very overwhelmed by that. I was very, very overwhelmed by that. And I was starting to think, hey, like, I began to really scrutinize everything. I began to really like, it was just like, even not coming before God, like, I just felt like, oh gosh, like, it just felt very overwhelming. And you know that, like, the scripture was just coming alive to me. You know when it says, like, our righteousness before God is like filthy rags. I was thinking, Jesus, this is even filthy rags. Like, how can I even be holy? Like, this is just even filthy rags. And I remember, so I tried to pray that morning when I wrote Holy Father. I tried to pray, but I just thought, oh. So I closed the laptop. I tried to turn off the sound, and I went back to bed. I opened the laptop again, and then I found this random instrumental on YouTube. So I was just playing it, and as I was playing it, the Lord just began to like relayed this whole concept to me that as much as I'm holy, the privilege that you have in knowing me is that you can know me as a father as well. And like, even in that, I was just deep in like, you know how scripture talks about like how the angels even think like, well, who are these even people that God is so mindful of them? Like, who are these people that they can even call him father kind of thing? And then it all just kind of made sense. Like, it just clicked for me, and I realized, oh my gosh, like, yes, the requirement is that I should be holy as he is holy. And yes, the pursuit is to live uprightly before God, like to be righteous. But in all of this, I need to remember that I have a father in God. Like, I actually have a father in him. And that's what makes this all even beautiful. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Baba, panikane kudenga. Dime munotonga, your sweet love is all I require. Hey, hey, Baba, panika nekudenga. Dime munotonga, your sweet love is all I require. So that part, that lyric, Baba, panika nekudenga. Dime munotonga, your sweet love is all I require. It means, oh Father, like, in all of the heavens and all of the earth, you reign, basically. And why did I decide to do it in Shona? I don't really know. I don't think there was a specific kind of reason. Just, you know, I'm Zimbabwean, isn't it? So it kind of just worked. But also, I do remember when I was younger, though, I remember like, because you know when you hear in heaven and on earth, I remember when I used to hear it in Shona, it used to seem so much bigger to me. Like, Banigane Kudenga, like, it used to feel like, wow, like, that's the universe kind of thing. So I think it was fitting now that when I said in all of the heaven and all of the earth you reign, that I used it in the Shona to signify that across that, the vastness of that universe, God still reigns across all of that, you know? Oh, I've lived and I cannot find another so pure and kind. You are the answer. You're so perfect in your design. I love that I can't deny. You are the answer. Yeah, I was searching for love from the wrong places for a very long time. You know, you grow up, you get into the wrong things, isn't it? You go to uni, you dabble in stuff, you dabble. But ultimately, it's like, even whilst I was dabbling, like I just, it still always just felt so empty. Like it always just felt so void of anything that could actually fill me to the extent that I needed. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like we're all actually created with this like God-shaped void. And until you come to Christ, until you come to Jesus, you never, like, all of these other things will never actually satisfy, will never actually work out. And that's why I think that the love of God is so pure and kind. I think it's kind because it's only in his mercy that I was able to even come back to him. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think I chose God. God chose me. Like, I didn't look for God, really. Like, he looked for me. He looked for me in amongst all of the things where I was searching for. He came and found me and made me know that he was the only actual solution. And in that, I think that that's the purest form of love. I think pure, when something is pure, it's real, it's true. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the original. And so I just think that the love of God is real, pure, true, original. You call me your treasure, my banner, my defender. Life with you is better. King Jesus at the center. Yahweh on my hiding place. Stay with me forever. There's nothing I wouldn't do. I just need more of you. Yeah, like I was saying before, like, I think the whole kind of message of the song is that he's a holy God, but he's a father. So in essence, it's like every requirement, everything he requires of us, he makes provisions for us to be able to be that. He makes provisions for us to be able to live up to that. So it's like, my holy father, you take care of the matter, like, you're taking care of that matter, like, yeah, I'm saying, like, and even just life, like, you take care of every matter, like, there's nothing I need to worry about, because that's the nature of a child, right? They never go about life thinking like, mommy, how much is the egg, how much is the bread, how much is the milk? But they open the fridge and know it's there. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just that, like, that essence that your father just deals with it, he takes care of it, and then you rest in the protection, covered with the armor. Oh yeah. Yeah. So with KSC, I'd come back from uni and I was just at home, and I was just like, one time, because I used to watch KSC online a lot, but obviously it was in London. I live in Bristol, so I was thinking, drag, like I'm not even gonna even make it there. Like one Sunday, I was just like, oh, let me just go, see, like I have some free time, like let me just go. So I went. Then I was like, I'm not going to go back there. I'm not going to go back. But the Lord kept leading me back there. Like, and I knew that even in the season that I was in, that's where I needed to be. Just for the way that the Lord wanted to build and teach me at that time. And then I remember I'd even stopped music even actually in that period of time. Like I wasn't creating, I wasn't writing, I wasn't doing anything. The Lord had actually put me in a season of really significant retreat. And so I remember even thinking like, when I come back, I don't even know what to do, because I'd only dropped 2 songs. It was only Holy Father and You Alone. And I was thinking, when I come back, I don't really know how I'm going to do it. I don't really know, like, is there even anything to come back to? Maybe people have even forgotten, like, maybe they don't care anymore. And I remember I was speaking to my pastor one time, and he was just asking me, like, okay, so what's next? What's the plan? And I was telling him about, like, my worries with music, how I didn't know what to do. And he's like, oh, Chantelle, come, join us. You know how Pastor Randall speaks. You join us, come on, talk to the guys, let's do it. And then, that was that. Talk to the guys, let's do it. And then that was that. Started working with KSC Music, and the rest was history. Yeah, really. So my encouragement, I guess, then is that finding Jesus is the best thing that could ever happen to you in your life. And once you found him, you can stop looking. You can stop looking for love in other things. You can stop looking for validation in other things. And you can trust him because he's the only one that knows you better than you know yourself. He's the only one who actually is able to see ahead of you and see your life in the way that it's supposed to pan out. So you have to trust him because he's got the blueprint. He's got the final destination. So he's the best one to walk with because he knows the route to take. So yeah. What's in the works? I don't know. Honestly, we'll just see. To be honest, I'm just we're going with the flow. The flow, like, but flow, I don't mean random. I mean like, see where the Lord takes us. Honestly, maybe more collabs, maybe more different projects. Charlie, I don't know. We'll see. But more to come, definitely. I just want all of my artistry to just reflect worship in a way where you can understand that it takes on so many more expressions than one. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if we understand like that worship is so much more than a song, and it's not a genre, it's not anything, and it's an expression, I want my music to reflect that you'll be able to see. And then even in my life, like beyond the songs, even in my life, I want it to reflect that worship is an expression of a person's life, a person's being. And so that means it doesn't have to be a slow song. It can be do you get what I'm saying? It can be in anything. And so I just want the freedom of that expression to just reflect in the freedom of the nature of worship.
Yeah, maybe.
My Holy Father.
Do you want a key? Perfect. I just said a knife.
I thought knife just... Oh no, let me give it again! Why did you do that? Oh no! No, you didn't!
Well, son, just to say thank you.
Hey!
Oh, and the job.
That's a big something though!
Nah, it's a little something. Just...
Oh, this is so...